Hey guys, assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my channel. Let's make some fish curry today using salmon head and pangasius fish. So it's going to be a pretty large portion as I'm taking it to my sister's house, and I'll also be keeping some for home too. So let's get started. So here I've got two large salmon head which I've descaled and cut them into pieces, large pieces. As I'm cooking a large curry, there wasn't enough head, there was only two available, so I had to make do with adding 3 pangasius fish fillets as well, which I'm gonna cut into large, medium to large cubes. And this is the size we want. Next, we're gonna wash the head properly until all the smell goes out, that fishy smell goes out, with cold water. As I'm cooking a large portion, I'm going to be using 3 medium-sized onions, medium to large size onions, and I'm going to just slice them up roughly. Next, in a large wok pan, I'm going to add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of veg oil. You can use any oil you want. Going to let that heat up a bit, and then I'm going to add in the onions. Next, we're going to add in a tablespoon of garlic paste. You can use fresh one, which is even better, but I always use the paste. And we're going to add in a desired amount of salt as well and mix it in. And we're going to saute it for a couple of minutes. Add half a cup of water and cover it up and let it cook on medium flame for about 10 minutes until all the water has absorbed and the onions have softened up. And after 10 minutes, as you can see, all the water has absorbed, the onions have softened up, so I'm going to mash them up a bit more with the spoon. Now I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of chilli powder, 1 tablespoon of dhania powder and 1 tablespoon of haldi powder, and I'm going to mix it in. And we're going to add a bit of water when necessary so the spices don't stick at the bottom. Even though I'm using a non-stick, we don't want the spices to burn. After about 3 to 4 minutes of mixing, we're going to add in about 8 to 9 green chilies. It's up to you how much you want to use. And we're going to be chopping up in half 6 fresh tomatoes. You can be using tin tomatoes if you like. And I'm going to bang them into the spice. So before I add the tomatoes, I'm going to add a tiny bit of water again because it's dried up quite a bit. Next, I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of tomato puree and give it another good mix. After mixing it all in, we're going to cover it up and let it cook for 5 minutes on low flame. After 5 minutes, we uncover again, give it another mix, and we cover it up for a further 5 minutes until all the spices are thoroughly cooked. As you can see, the oil has risen at the top, so that means the spices have been fully cooked, and also the tomatoes have softened up a bit. So we're going to add in a tad bit of water and then bang in the salmon head. I'm going to mix the salmon with the gravy completely before I add the fillets in, as I don't want the fillets to break. Now very carefully I'm going to try and cover the fillets with the sauce, ensuring that it doesn't break at all. Now I'm going to cover it up for about 10 minutes or so and let all the water come out of the fish. And 10 minutes later, have you noticed how saucy it is? That's all the water that's come out of both the fishes. Now I'm going to add in about 3 cups of water because we want it really soupy kind, because that's the best bit of the curry. And we're going to cover it up and let it cook for about 15 minutes. In the meantime, whilst the fish is getting cooked, I'm going to chop up a handful of fresh coriander leaves. Don't forget to wash them. And we're going to set that aside until the curry is done. So about 15 minutes later, the fish is fully cooked, and we're going to turn it to very low heat and add our coriander leaves to it. And 15 minutes later, our fish is fully cooked. We can turn the flame off. And voila, our curry is done. Looks amazing, smells even better. And I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, hit the like button, share, subscribe. And until next time, bye.